violation. Okay. And, do you want this done now, or you don't want anything done while you're,
No, ma'am, she had the chance to do so. She didn't. So I'm almost out on time for that.
okay, all right. Okay. Just for the record, the property owner, provided a, termite estimate slash proposal to get the
No, I don't want
termite,
none.
what is it, fumigated. All right. Okay, so the tenant testified that she is not going to allow the property owner to enter the property to do any of the work. So she's moving out at the end of the month, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so that brings us to September 25th again. So I'm keeping all the cases running together. But as soon as you have access to the property, just make sure that the work is done. Because if it's not done and the officer, is able to go there and investigate and the work is not done, then there'll be a daily fine amount. This is so excessive. That's a $500 fine if it's not taken care of by the abatement date. You understand?
Yeah, once she's out, I'm gonna have the companies come in and do it, start everything.
Okay, next case.
The next case is for the same property, CEWWC 2019-00062. Ed May St. Louis is the officer.
This violation is for the windows. It was posted for notice to appear on the 19th. And as of the 31st of July, the violations still remain. And I have the final pictures,
Okay.
and it's all around.
So this is what the tenant was testifying to, that there is being held up by tapes?
Yes.
Okay,
And the initial pictures, probably a little bit more. This is pretty much all the windows with tape from outside and inside.
okay. All right. The property looks nice from the outside, isn't that something? It's painted,
Just.
it looks, but there's a lot of things going on, and it seems like maybe it was not ready to be rented so quickly. Because if you have termite issues, you have the windows that are being propped up by scotch tapes, basically. And, the tub is clogged up, then the property is a shell of a house. It looks good on the outside, but it's a mess. When you start digging deeper, you realize that it
When
has a
she-
lot of issues.
When she moved in, the tub wasn't clogged. When she moved in, the tub wasn't clogged.
Okay, well, there's a
Okay.
possibility, that's true,
windows-
but what's going on with the
The
windows and the
power-
termites
I
and,
mean, the house was under repair. She knew about it. We talked, that's why we gave the house with a low pay. So I
no,
told her
if
we
the
got some-
house needs to be repaired, you do the repair first before you bring somebody in there with 3 kids. That's unacceptable. She has 3 minor children. She testified that she didn't know all these issues.
Really?
She said things were supposed to be fixed. It's been
She
7
knew
months.
about the repair. She knew. It started with while
No,
she was there.
She knew that there were termites, and then she moved her
No,
3
no, I
small
didn't even
children
know we
in.
had- I didn't even know we had termites until she told me. Okay, then I went in, I saw it, and I
Magistrate?
told her I'm working on it.
If I may,
Yes.
just to put this on the record, it is a duplex. So if one side is infested, more so the entire
other s-
property.
Yeah, it's gonna get done. All of it is gonna get done.
And also, for the record, on property appraiser, she stated that she does not resign at the property, but on property appraiser, the mailing address is going to 1572 Northeast 135th. Just so she don't come in here saying she didn't receive no mailing or any of that sort. Because we deal with that issue a lot.
I receive all my mail.
Yeah, she would need to change her homestead as well.
Okay.
I'm moving in here, so.
All right, based on the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I find in favor of the city, I enter an adjudication. Ma'am, you have until September 25th by which to resolve the violation, the windows, practically everything that needs fixing in that house. As soon as she leaves, you have a short window of opportunity to get things done. We're not here on the other side of the duplex, but as the officer said, and you probably need to talk to your termite person to make sure that the entire house has to be checked and fumigated. Again, September 25th, if the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $750. Okay. Is there another case for this property?
Oh,
All right, ma'am.
The next case on the agenda is Marie Gentilis, case number CFAW 2019-00109. Edme St. Louis is the officer.
Good evening, Code Officer St. Louis. This violation was opened back in April 25th of 2019. As of today, the violations still remain. It's for a damaged fence. And notice to appear was posted on July 19, 2019.
Let me find out. Is Marie Gentilus?
She's not here.
She's not here?
I spoke to the attorney today.
Okay, so she's represented by counsel?
Yeah,
Did he make
he's
notice
not
of
gonna be able to
appearance?
make it as well.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
As of July 31st, from April 25th to July 31st, on our recheck date, it still remains the same. But they are going through a process. I am looking for an adjudication due to the fact that neighbors are complaining, but also giving them 60 days.
So did he ask for a continuance, or is he like purposely not coming?
I don't know. She said she spoke to opposing counsel. I don't have a notice of appearance.
He's asking for a continuance, but I did explain to him I will be asking for an adjudication due to the fact that the violation's been open since April 25th, and neighbors are complaining.
Did he send anything to your office or to file anything?
I didn't get anything. I guess he just spoke with code. I don't know if it's the first time that he's on it, and I'm not sure.
He'll be calling tomorrow to get a copy of the permit action, because he also said he'll be doing that as well, just for the record.
Okay, so he told you to ask the court for a continuance?
No, I'm asking for adjudication, and I also
I
explained that to
understand.
him.
What did he ask specifically?
He really didn't ask for anything. I just told him moving forward, I'll go ahead and ask for an adjudication and give them 60 days, for 60 days for the abatement date.
Okay.
Or your call.
I mean, new attorney on the case. I don't know why he didn't file a notice of appearance and request a continuance.
I don't know.
Do you want to postpone it? Maybe he'll show up then.
All right, let's just postpone it just for 1 month, and then let's see what happens. If the same thing happens next time, then we'll know how to proceed.
No problem.
All right, next case.
The next case is Marvin Chapman, case number CEGMP 2019-00073. Edme St. Louis is the officer.
This violation is for a general maintenance of the property, as far as for the roof, the mildew roof, and the exterior painting of the property. I have pictures. Notice to appear was posted on July 19, 2019. And as of the recheck of our final recheck on July 31st, same property. Oh my God. This is how the house look. Our cameras actually makes it look a little bit better.
Excuse me. Thank you. Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear, hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Property owner has until August 28th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount, $500.
The next item is Maizia Hussein Trust, case number SDNOV 2019-00153. Ed May St. Louis is the officer.
This violation is for the dumpster enclosure on the property. And as of today, as of our final recheck, the dumpster is still not enclosed, but I have been in contact with the property owner, and he's trying to work something out as far as, because he already has a section that's enclosed where he can actually put the dumpster there, but for some reason, it hasn't been in there. Notice to appear was handed to one of the tenant on July 19, 2019. And as of the final reinspection, it's still not enclosed.
Sir, please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Yeah, my name is Firas Hussein. I'm the property owner.
Okay.
Like the officer said, we have this issue. The tenant, they don't want to have the dumpster behind them door. But I just spoke with the officer, a couple hours ago. In a couple days, I will force them to have it in that area that we're supposed to have it there. I used to be there anyway. So just in a couple days will be okay.
What's the officer asking?
Being that it wasn't in compliance by our final recheck, we're pressing for at least an adjudication.
All right. Based on the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I also find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Sir, you have until August 28th?
Yeah, before that, we will have it for sure.
Okay. If it's not resolved by then, there's gonna be a daily fine amount of $250.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
The next case is Mehmet Aris, case number CEBPR 2019-00026. Jose Perez is the officer.
Mehmet Aris? Okay.
City of North Miami Code Enforcement Officer Perez. Today we're hearing the case in reference to the property located at 12040 Northwest First Court. This is in reference to building permits. They replaced the front door of the property and did not obtain any permits for the property. The property was posted. The property was actually, service was hand-delivered on July 16, 2019, to resident Junior Leandre at 11:43 a.m. And here we have some photographs depicting the door that was changed.
They left the evidence out in the street.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And that's the new door.
All right. Based on the based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear, hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Property owner has until August 28th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $200.
Thank you.
The next case is Savor Osilian, Case number CEBLR 2019-00021. Vanessa Willis is the officer.
Auxilian,
Good evening, Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This particular case was opened on June 4, 2019, to paint the numbers on the house in a contrasting color. And the property was posted July 18, 2019 at 2:48 p.m. Bear with me just one second. I'm going to get you a picture. Those are the numbers on the house, and they're not in contrasting color. So from the street, you can barely see. I zoomed in, so that's how you. But you're really unable to decipher the numbers, and the hedges are a little bit high too, so you can't see the 0 in the address. I think I have one more picture. See if that's it. And it's like from the street, this is what you see, the numbers here. So they should just paint them white or another color. And to date, as of July 31st, they were not in compliance.
based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear, hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Property owners have until August 28th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there'll be a daily fine amount of $100.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
The next item is Somay Farias, case number CEODS 2019-00073. Shanna Sanders is the officer.
Somay Farias. Go ahead.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a new case for outdoor storage. It was for property address 13080 Coronado Terrace. It was originally opened April 25th, 2019. Sent a couple of notices. I even spoke to the property owner via telephone call. She stated that she would remove the items, but as of last week, July 31st, the wood still remains in the rear of the property. I am showing proper service was given. The property was posted on July 18th, 2019 at 1:45 p.m. And I have photos of the violation if you would like to see.
Yes, please.
Sorry for the sideways photos. I guess we're learning. I know to take them a different way next time. As you may see, the wood is in the back of the property. It's piles of wood. She stated she removed some wood fencing and I think a deck in the rear. She brought the property this way. Again, she stated she would remove it, but as of last week, it still remained.
All right, based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice to owners that failed to appear, hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Property owners have until August 28th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $200.
The next item on the agenda is Valentina Leche White, case number CEWWC 2019-00018. Karen Jean Lewis is the officer.
Please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Good evening, Your Honor. My name is Javan Rampersad. I'm here from Louis Law Group on behalf of Ms. Valentina White. We represent her in a case currently pending in the Circuit Division of this court, 2018 34392 CA01. We are attorneys appearing on her behalf tonight as well.
Okay.
Good evening, Co-Compliance Officer Karen Jean Lewis. The property 965 Northeast 143 Street was cited for the roof that appears to be in disrepair due to a blue tarp. contact was made with the property owner, who did confirm that the roof is damaged, and her attorneys have been going back and forth with the insurance to remedy the roof. And after being in contact with the attorney, they're asking for a continuance because they're really close with coming to a resolution.
And that is correct, Your Honor, and if I can just briefly just explain a little bit of the progress that we've made since the last posture. As we stated before, we have had some difficulty with this insurance company, but we are suing them currently in circuit court. Since the last time that we were here, we attempted to engage in some discovery with them. That unfortunately did not go well, so I did have to file a motion to compel discovery. That was actually heard in the circuit court on 6/25, June 25th. That was granted, so we do have depositions pending. One that's going to take place next week on August 13th. The second one's going to be on August 23rd. That generally gets the ball rolling because it forces the insurance company to start spending a few $1,000s defending the case. I do feel like we're very close to a resolution. Actually, I got a call on the way here this evening from the attorney for the insurance company with a potential resolution. It's not quite what we expect and what we need, but we did set up a meeting this upcoming Friday. He's going to be at my office with the representative from Universal as well, with the hopes that we can settle it this upcoming Friday in the afternoon. If not, we will be going forward with those depositions next week and on the 23rd, and hopefully after that time we can set this case for trial and have a trial date issued by the circuit judge to present our case before the court.
And Judge, he has been in contact with our office, and we have no objection to a continuance.
Okay, so should we continue it like 60 days?
60 days should be enough, Your Honor. Like I said, we are close right now. We're working on the final details. The way this usually works is even after we agree on the settlement, we do have to go through the release process, which is essentially my client signing contracts, releasing the claim to the insurance company. That could take between 3 weeks to 30 days for her to actually get the money that will be issued by Universal. So if we can do 60 days, that would give us a little bit of breathing room to get her the check, so make sure that she can take the tarp off of the roof and start on the work. I do understand that a permit has to be pulled as well. She's in the process of looking for a contractor. That way we can have everything lined up.
Okay, so let's reset it for October 2nd.
Sounds good.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Have a
Okay.
good evening.
And this concludes all the items on our agenda.
All right, gentlemen, what, do you have a case here
Yes.
that's being heard today? Because we just completed the agenda.
Oh,
They're probably in compliance. Can you guys double check?
we had a case this
After
morning.
Yeah.
Oh, this morning. He said this morning.
We had a case this morning that has been canceled and one for tonight.
You'll receive a notice for the morning hearing if it's still open. Just call your officer that's at the bottom of your notice tomorrow to find out